Testing 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're live. What's going on, Red Squirrel? What's going on, internet community, crazy pulse chain freaks out there? Oh, spicy day. I just know this title and thumbnail is gonna get all the clicks. Donald Trump, name dropping Donald Trump and Richard Hart in the same title, with a picture of Uncle Donnie T on the thumbnail. Oh man, you guys, I mean, any liberals in the chat? Who's triggered? Who's triggered? I'm ready for all the triggered liberals in the chat. I used to be just like you liberals. I used to be one of you. Kind of. I mean, I don't really do the whole identity politics thing, but, you know, I am very socially liberal. I will say that. Don't talk about politics, bro. Stick to crypto, bro. How about I'll say whatever the fuck I feel like saying? How about that? Donald Trump just almost got assassinated for the second time. That's insane to me. And they're going to play it off like it's no big deal. That's just wild to me. I mean, what? One party's trying to kill the president to keep wars going. The other one's just trying to settle things. He wants peace, and somehow he's the bad guy. Oh man, it blows my mind. I don't understand how people can just watch mainstream media and just keep believing the lies over and over and over. It's like everything's a psyop nowadays. It's like, I used to think watching the news, I was like, well, you know, probably some of it's lies, but surely it can't all be lies. And now I just watch, you know, what they're feeding people on Facebook, what they're feeding people on like CNN or Fox even. I mean, look, two-party politics is dumb, right? But you're like, is it really all lies? It's like, yeah. It's like everything has a spin now. There's no objectivity anymore. It's all just designed to keep you fighting, to keep us both parties just quarreling over dumb stuff. Meanwhile, everyone's just frogs in boiling water. No one wants to talk about the most important issue. This didn't get brought up in the debate once, that the debt to GDP ratio in the USA is now over 100%, meaning we owe more people money than we have GDP. Like, that's unprecedented, but that problem never gets talked about. And it's a direct issue because the poor are getting poorer, the rich are getting richer. And it's leading to a lot of civil unrest. Look, I don't even care, like, maybe this gets taken off of YouTube, so maybe I'll just repost it on X, right? But you can't even, like, it's sad because you can't even mention the word Donald Trump without, like, getting on some CIA watch list these days or getting deboosted. So if this gets deboosted or demonetized on YouTube, whatever. But I'll just re-upload it to X later on. Pulse Chain is the freedom of speech blockchain, everybody. Pulse Chain. Nobody can tell you what to do. Nobody can turn it off. Now, a lot of people say, oh, it's too centralized, right? Here's the harsh reality of crypto, okay? All cryptos have centralized ownership. The top 40% of Bitcoin is owned by what, like 1,000 addresses? There's multiple players in Bitcoin and Ethereum. You saw the Ethereum Foundation dumping Ethereum, just constantly dumping lately. So the price of Ethereum has been suppressed. Look at the distribution of holders in any cryptocurrency, and you're going to see that it's all centralized economically, but you're asking the wrong question. When you're talking about decentralization, people don't like to hear about nuance either. They like everything black and white. Every single stock is centrally owned. All the real estate, BlackRock owns like a large percent of it. What if they dump all the real estate at the same time? What if Elon Musk sells all of his Tesla at the same time? What if Satoshi comes back from the dead? If he is dead, I don't know, maybe it's Nick Szabo. And what if they dump all the Bitcoin, right? What if Ethereum keeps dumping? You know, you can have this FUD in every single coin. Look at the top Chainlink holders. There's many individuals that can dump it all to zero because it's not about who owns what and centralized economic ownership. It's about liquidity. And the reason that these people don't sell all at the same time is because there's incentives that are aligned. Nobody wants to ruin the party for themselves or for other people. You know, 90% of the ownership of Hex, Pulse Chain, and PulseX is owned by probably a single entity who has provably never dumped the price down. On chain, you can go analyze it. And people are like, oh, crypto is centralized. But you're not talking about the right centralization. You're asking the wrong question. It's not, does somebody have more money than me? It's, can anybody shut this off? Because just an intuition, right? It's just an intuition, but I feel like, yeah, the censorship industrial complex is not going away anytime soon. And so if we see things heat up, I just feel it in the air, guys. There's a certain tension. It's building. You know, in the USA, maybe worldwide. And if they start shutting people's bank accounts off, telling you where you can and can't spend your money, if they implement a social credit score, crypto actually is the way out for that. Oh, and by the way, too, it can pump 100x or more. because we're still early. It hasn't even pumped yet. It's only a year old, hasn't even pumped yet. So you can get rich and you can get free at the same time. Wouldn't it be great if everyone just agreed to just all buy the same coin? And just stop chasing every single new shiny object that comes up. Wouldn't that be cool, guys? Wouldn't that be cool? Hex pumped 30% the other day. Now it dumped 15%. Wouldn't it be cool if everyone used Hex how it was intended to and just bought it and staked it? I think that'd be pretty cool, guys. I think that'd be pretty cool. Dicks Insider, good to see you. When I see coffee in my thumb, automatically generate. When I see coffee, my thumb automatically gravitates toward the like button. That's right, smash the like. Unless you're triggered by the thumbnail and the title. I mean, what do Richard Hart and Donald Trump have in common? Well, they're both good leaders. I'd say Richard's probably a little smarter than Donald Trump. Probably a lot smarter. But hey, you know, good leaders and being prosecuted for telling the truth. You know, when you go against the military-industrial complex, the last presidents to do that were JFK, right? Got shot in the head. So, can't believe that Trump is 0-2, or that the CIA is 0-2 right now in terms of assassination attempts on Trump. Weird that both of these guys ended up in BlackRock commercials. Weird that this guy, the most recent one, was like they just wiped his social media, but the internet basically captured all of his social medias before the FBI wiped it, just like they wiped, what's the guy's name, Matthew Cuck or whatever, Thomas Cuck, the guy that, the previous assassin, failed assassin, right? Failed coward incel assassin. But this new guy apparently has been just like weirdly posting about supporting Ukraine soldiers. You know, not getting any likes, and the posts almost seemed automated, like they were AI generated almost. And he only followed a couple people, and of the people he followed was like an ex-CIA operative. And you're just like, how obvious is this? Right? Like, the PSYOP is just screaming at you, staring you in the face. It's all one big PSYOP, guys. It's all a PSYOP. Oh, man. I never thought I'd be like an Alex Jones sympathizer. But what's the saying? It's like when you're the only sane person in the asylum, then in the mental asylum, that makes you the lunatic. If you're the only sane person in the mental asylum, you become the lunatic. So we'll see, guys. We'll see what the truth ends up being. History is written by the victor. Pulse Chain and Hex and PLSX will hopefully be the victor in terms of the SEC. And that's one thing they have in common, right? When you get successful and you challenge the status quo and the establishment, they go after you. So the game that Donald Trump is playing is much higher stakes. As we can see, I mean, people are literally willing to kill another person over these, well, it's ideology, but it's also money at the end of the day. If you threaten the military-industrial complex or the, you know, big pharma or stuff like that, they will try to fuck you up. I mean, it's happening right in front of our eyes. Whereas if you make a cryptocurrency that's actually decentralized, that you cannot censor, cannot shut down, I guess you get the SEC, which is like, you know, it's the final boss of crypto, but luckily they're so corrupt and incompetent that I believe that the allegations against Mr. Hart are unfounded, and I believe he's going to win the case. Whether or not he wins off a dismissal on October 24th, I'm sending that good vibe out there. Fingers crossed, but don't expect it, right? You got to be optimistic and realistic at the same time. He could get a dismissal on August 24th or on October 24th, but he could just keep the case could just go on for like 2 more years. In which case, it's up to us to decide not to give a fuck anymore and keep on shilling our bags at the low. The Mango Junkie says Pump was canceled. Pump was canceled, guys. But hey, Rectober's almost done. 2 more weeks of Rectober, and then we'll see if the groundhog sees his shadow. And I mean, maybe it's Uptober. Maybe it's Pumptober. Historically, September's been a bad month. Historically, October's been a good month. There is somewhat of a seasonality in crypto, right? I'm sure a lot of people do wish that they sold in May and went away. But we're not playing the trading game here, guys. We're playing buy and hold. That's how I won in crypto, okay? That's how I became financially free in crypto, was by buying and holding. And I'll tell you everything I did wrong, too. I did trade along the way. I did chase shiny objects, and I still occasionally do. And it doesn't end up well for me. It usually doesn't end up well. So if we're all learning together, we're all getting rich along the way, we're all trying to get to Valhalla, learn from what I did right, which is buy and hold and the right things with a good community, things that maintain people's attention, and don't trade Don't hold your money on centralized exchanges that get hacked and go down all the time. Don't chase shiny objects, and just believe. You know, you got to believe in the future that these coins are still going to be here 5-10 years from now, and that they're only going to increase in terms of new users. So 400 million people own crypto. Most of them probably just own Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's only like 40,000 holders of Pulse Chain. That's a lot less than 400 million. Coins always pump in the earlier days because it's all about the ratio of existing users to new users. So Bitcoin might have captured like 5-10% of the world already. Pulse Chain and Hex have only captured 0.0001% of the world. So many more people to onboard, so many more brighter times ahead. What more can I say, guys? We're still here. We're still here. What's everybody saying in the chat? It's incredibly bad marketing for Richard Hart. Coins just keep tanking in his support of free speech. Well, we will see at the end of the day. We will see. We're used to it. You're not saying anything we haven't heard, lol. Crypto Artie says, nice caught you live for a change. Always a pleasure, brother. Looking forward to seeing you at NYC. You too, Crypto Artie. I know we've met before. Always great to see you in the chat, bro. God willing, 5 to 10x from today. Yeah, I really hope October's a better month. Hey, Crypto Kings is in the chat. What's going on, Crypto Kings? Let's see. Mango Junkie, as long as good news comes. Nucleus? What does nucleus mean? Sandy Beach, good to see you. K for K, good to see you. Hey, K for K, you know what, bro? I'm sure they're talking a lot of shit about you changing teams to PTGC, but at least you're back in Pulse Chain, right? At least you're back. It's good to see you streaming again, even if it's at the top of PTGC. Now look, congrats to the Alien Bros. Any pump is a good pump in terms of marketing for Pulse Chain, right? So the UFO guys, I do have a small bag of UFO. I do have a small bag of the X token. So those guys seem to be doing all right. But, 90% of my bags is still core coins. My holdings are basically PLS, PulseX, Hex. I got all my eHex still, because who knows what's going to happen with that. Like, people are always calling for finality and closure, but we just saw the eHex to pHex ratio go right back up to almost like 3-to-1 now. So it was 2-to-1, then Richard tweeted, and it went to 10-to-1. Now it's all the way back up to 3-to-1. And, well, it's like, who would have thought, right? It's an emotional roller coaster. I'm just staking and chilling. I never emergency ended staked anything. As far as new people buying, though, I would say you're probably going to want to buy the pHex. Probably going to want to start with that one just because it's actually useful in terms of the gas fees, being able to stake and all that. But yeah, my portfolio right now, with the other 10%, it's like Pulse Chain DeFi stuff. Like I hold some fiat and some, whatever, what's the other one? Some Fux token. And then, like I said, I'm kind of watching the alien stuff going on. It's very, very cool. Hold a little tiny moon bag of PDI. And as far as other chains go, I've just got 2 meme coins. I've got AYB on the base chain. I know the founder, and I know he's not giving up. He's kind of just bullish on the founder there. And then Uranus token on Solana, because Brock Pierce has been chilling it, and Brock Pierce is a billionaire. So I've got a little bag of anus. My anus has been pumping lately. Let me just say that. So, I mean, they're going to meme anus to the moon, I think. Or should I say to Uranus? But other than that, guys, I'm not a maximalist, but I'm, as Richard would say, maximal-ish, right? So I do hold 90% of my net worth in PulseX, Pulse Chain Hex. I'm a hardcore believer in this ecosystem, hardcore believer in all the wonderful community out there, all the marketing that everyone's doing, all the stuff that people are building. Everyone's building this crazy stuff. It's really like Lil Pump, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Ivan on Tech, like Hulk Hogan, all these celebrities, whenever they interact with Pulse Chain, they get so much more views. So many more views. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy out there. But yeah, what a chaotic news event to wake up to. I was like, damn, a second assassination attempt. And then you got Sami out here posting about the Malaysia Airlines flight that just wormholed, like UFOs are coming out. UFOs are real. It's probably government tech. It might be a mix of both. But God, yeah, I'm following the alien conspiracy too. What about teddy bear? I don't own any teddy bear, but I'm bullish on the fact that that's like B-Roots' coin, and I know he's a good marketer. So probably not the worst meme coin. If you're gonna pick a meme coin, right? INC, of course, INC. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Duke of Booze. I'm stoked K4K is here. He bought some solid alpha and put himself out there. Yeah, you know, it's not easy to put yourself online, so just respect to anybody out there that has the courage to put their face on the internet and stand up for whatever they believe in. You know, as fun as it is to give K4K a hard time, I'm appreciative of the man. Thank you, K4K, for coming back to the Pulse Chain ecosystem. Hey there, lovely. GTSY. Oh, you're talking to Susie Q. All right. Got people flirting in the chat. I love it. I love to see it. Does anybody know when base and team stakes end? I'm pretty sure it's at the end of this month. Yeah, I think it's like mid-October. That's a good question. Every year, there's a pooled hex stake. And this pooled hex stake, it's called base. Not Coinbase. Excuse me, not Coinbase. I'm talking about the pooled hex stake that Dipcatcher made. Multiple millions. It's to help take advantage of the bigger pays better bonus and save on gas fees and have like instant liquidity, all these different value props to add on top of Hex. You're gonna probably have to go to perpetuals.maximus.cash to go see the exact date. I feel like it's October 16th is when the base stake comes out. So I've got like a rolling 1-year stake. I've got some Trio, which is like the rolling 3-year stake. Got some Deci, and I've got some I actually don't really have much Maxi anymore. I've got Deci, Lucky, Trio, and Base, and I've probably got more Deci than all the other ones combined, just because of the discount on it. Just talking about my personal portfolio, guys. You don't have to copy me. Obviously, you shouldn't just copy everyone on the internet, but Crypto Artie, thank you for the tip, brother. EHEX to 571X, under $1. To a $1 under 1,000X, very doable. I love it. I love that people are still bullish on EHEX. Adore INC and future farms popping up, but I gotta admit that PDI narrative and video research by 9 Iron Capital and Decentralized sounds beautiful. The PDI conspiracy is so appealing to me, and I do appreciate the chain analysis that 9 Iron Capital is doing. Decentralized Me makes very good videos. I just can't guarantee my unknown unknowns. Right now, that's kind of just like, how is the Oracle situation going to work? Hey, you know, I'm praying for it because it literally gives me euphoria just thinking about PDI pegging. But, you know, we got to admit that it sounds too good to be true. So there's always that thing in the back of my mind where it's like, if it's really too good to be true, I mean, maybe it is, right? Maybe it's not. Hey, get 1 million just in case, whatever helps you sleep at night, guys. I think that EHEX will go back to where it was. You think people are going to just forget about EHEX again? There's a chance, right? I forgot what was happening with the BankX sell wall. I think they removed the sell wall, or a lot of it got chewed through as well. But I think there's still somewhat of a threat out there. BankX had like 500 million EHEX or something, which is perma-dumping. They set up a sell wall. Trump and Hart, heroes painted as villains. Exactly. Sub-Zero, Fuchs given. Heroes painted as villains, right? Nobody's perfect, right? Like, Trump's not perfect. Do I wish he talked differently sometimes? Yes. But he seems to actually be genuine and not fake and not bought and paid for. And that's why they hate him. That's why the power establishment hates him. Same thing with Richard, probably. It's just on a different scale. I checked the other day, and it didn't show the exact date. Oh. Well, maybe you gotta go to the analytics dashboard. I know there's like a dashboard. Maybe make sure your wallet's connected, and then click on the base from the drop down in the upper left. I can look for it right now, but I'm not sure if I might have to log into my MetaMask. What's my take on the LUSD rug? I mean, I looked into LUSD months ago. Found out it had that like infinite printing glitch, and I was like, this thing is definitely not going to peg. So be careful out there, guys. I mean, this is what happens when people are really desperate to buy into a narrative. LUSD rugged. You'll notice I never talked about it because if I don't like something, I'm not going to talk about it because then, you know, people are just going to go looking it up. But it's sad, you know, a bunch of people got rug pulled on like a fake narrative that LUSD was going to peg when, I mean, LUSD is actually decentralized, and like the forked copies of most protocols are defunct. Unless there's like a voting mechanism. LUSD doesn't have that voting mechanism, so it's not like Richard can take over that forked protocol. And then it's just like because the price of PLS is so much lower than the price of Ethereum, people can just infinite mint LUSD and just dump it. And so try not to get rugged out there, guys. Try not to get rugged. I feel bad for people that bought that narrative, but yeah, I looked into it a few months ago and I was like, nope, this is not it. What do you think about SEC? I'm in Hex Pulse X Pulse Chain also. What are your thoughts? What are your time about HBAR? I don't have any HBAR. I don't like it. I think it's one of those mainstream, like it's got too much of a mainstream narrative that it's probably not going to pump, and it's got a lot of like insiders highly associated with Ripple, and just not very bullish on Ripple, guys. People are going to hate that because, I mean, Ripple's got somewhat of a cult as well, but you've got a literal company dumping it every single month. What do I think about the SEC? I think Richard's going to beat the SEC, but I think it's also possible to pump while a lawsuit is going on. Because what you have to realize at the end of the day is they can't shut off Hex. They can't shut off Pulse Chain. They can't shut off PulseX. The SEC, the worst thing they could do is give Richard a fine, make Richard pay some money. And he's got enough money to fight back and probably beat the SEC. In all likelihood, honestly, he hired the same lawyers as Elon Musk, same lawyers as all the top, like these movie stars, these actors, these rappers, 50 Cent, all these people. He's got the world's best lawyers. He's got all the money in the world, and he's got all the drive in the world to beat the SEC. So I think it's bullish, but whether or not it gets dismissed on August 24th or if it takes 2 more years, I think as long as people can understand that they can't take away your Hex, they can't shut down the protocol because there's no admin keys, there's no middleman. It's the way crypto was supposed to be. It's real crypto, real DeFi, not like fake centralized CBBTC, or other stuff with admin keys, USDC, Tether, all that stuff is fine. It serves a purpose, but it can be invalidated because it has freeze functions and they can shut it off. But no one's going to be able to take away your Hex. It's just you and the code in a truly immutable smart contract. Immutable means you can't touch it, you can't edit it. There's no owner functions. So that's why I believe that the more people understand what they're holding, Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX can pump with or without a lawsuit going on. So when Ethereum pumps, I think a lot of that money depends on how loud we are, guys. It depends on how loud we are on the internet, which, let's be honest, we're doing a great job. The Pulse Chain community does a fantastic job at getting the message out there. And we yell real loud on the internet. Everyone's got their favorite project. Maybe you're an Alien fan. Maybe you're a PDI. Maybe you're a Teddy Bear fan, but you're all yelling about Pulse Chain and explaining it and teaching people about it. So that's what I'm bullish on. I'm bullish on the community, bullish on the founder, bullish on the tech itself being truly decentralized, and not worried about the SEC. Honestly, I'm not. And all I can do is try to explain why I'm not worried, but it's up to other people, whether or not they're worried. The only thing that can happen with the SEC case is when you get closure on it, once it's over, it's going to be bullish because it's going to be over, right? So it's not like it can get any worse right now. It's just an ongoing case. Lawyers take their time. Everything takes forever. Red Squirrel says LUSD has pegged to 0. LUSD has pegged to 0. Yes. Really, guys, don't just believe every narrative you see. And yeah, be careful, guys. Had a centralized oracle. Yeah, the centralized oracle. That's my same question though with PDI. Is like, what are they going to do about the oracle? How are they going to get a new oracle in there to get the accurate price of PLS and Hex as collateral if they choose to do so? Again, my mind would be blown. I'm rooting for them. But again, I'm not betting any more than like 1% of my bag on PDI. Seriously, probably less than 1% of my total stack is PDI. But it's so asymmetric that it's like if it really does work out, then cool. I make $2 million. Yay. Can it really be that easy? I don't know. I think it may be time to speak with Stu from Tetra. Yeah, it probably is time. Stu, if you're listening, send me a DM if you've got new stuff to show. Tetra is an interesting project. The branches of the tree are quickly coming together. Yeah, so far Tetra has done limit orders and multi-coin sells, but I know they've got a lot of plans for automations from different integrations. I don't know, maybe a liquid loans automation. You've got that in Power City too. Power City's got the amplifier protocol, so you can have your liquid loan strategy automated. I think that's pretty cool, but I'm not aping into any amplifier stuff yet. I just want to kind of see how it works. I want to make sure that there's no bugs or anything, because yeah, things are audited, but audits don't guarantee anything either. I just don't want to always be the first person using a new protocol. But Tetra is very interesting. I like Tetra. Sandy Beach, hello, Chex Mix. Chex Mix, you talking to me? Oh, here we go. There's another guy named Chex. P-Link devs, where are you? Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if somehow Chainlink could be re-enabled on Pulse Chain. But we do have the Fetch Oracle, semi-centralized Oracle. That's the best we got in terms of oracles right now that I know of, is the Fetch Oracle, which is a fork of Tellor, Tellor. And that one's been working fine, but you know, oracles are tricky, right? Oracles and bridges are two big problems in crypto that probably, I mean, Chainlink kind of solves it. Token Bridge Protocol kind of solves it. It's just a little farther on the centralization spectrum. The decentralization versus centralization technologically is a spectrum, and Chainlink is a little more centralized than your average, like your Hex, for example. Grassroots, I meant it. Pulse Chain, best grassroots meme culture of any chain. That's right. We got a bunch of memers on here. Go follow Compounding Memes. If you guys aren't following Compounding Memes on Twitter, you guys got to follow that guy. Hi, Crypto Coffee. Could you please speak on selling and cashing out your Pulse Chain? Yes. Well, if you want to cash out your Pulse Chain, it might be a good idea to open an account at gainpulsechain.com, because when you do cash out, if you want to cash out for CST stablecoin, that's probably the quickest way to get back to your bank. But in all seriousness, the primary way right now, if you want to cash out, let's say Pulse Chain does 100x tomorrow, fingers crossed, well, wouldn't that be great? Then what you want to do is probably sell your Pulse for either like Ethereum or probably just for a stablecoin, USDT, USDC, or DAI, and then just go out the way you came in, right? So you bridged Ethereum into Pulse Chain. If Pulse Chain goes up a whole bunch or whatever coin, you dump that coin for USD, a stablecoin, doesn't matter what stablecoin, anyone will do, and then you bridge that stablecoin back across to Ethereum. You bridge that stablecoin on bridge.pulsechain.com. All these links are in the description below, guys. All these links are in the description. And you just bridge the opposite way to Ethereum. Once you're on Ethereum, you send those stablecoins back to your centralized exchange, whatever that might be. Coinbase, Kraken, Crypto.com, Gemini. Those are kind of the ones that I like. Maybe Binance. And you just send your stablecoins to whatever centralized exchange you have, and then you can convert that to real money in your bank account. You know, assuming that you still want to hold the worst shitcoin of all, US dollars. Hey, oh my God, Artie, thank you for the tip, brother. Really appreciate that tip, man. PDAI is a league of formed copies. 75x to the peg has his victorious stance from here. 1%. Damn, brother, damn, I'm bullish at like 30%. Yeah, well, you know, to each their own, guys. To each their own. I'm happy with my very small allocation, because if it really happens, then at least I get, you know, nice couple $1 million, right? But I don't know, just be careful betting too much on something that has too many unknowns. Again, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. All I can tell you is what I'm doing. I'm very positioned in the core Richard Hart coins, betting on the ecosystem, and when those pump, honestly, like, if somebody were to come in and pump the whole ecosystem, it probably might be better to focus on Hex or Pulse X and pumping those rather than PLS, because PLS itself is so connected to other coins that not as many coins are liquidity bonded to Hex and Pulse X, except for PLS itself. Does that make sense? Hey, whales out there, if you want to come in and pump the ecosystem, maybe try with the lowest liquidity coins, Hex, INC, and Pulse X. And when it comes to the blue chips, those are the lower liquidity ones, right? Pulse Chain has way more liquidity because it's kind of the spear. It's kind of the first thing people buy. It's the gateway drug to Pulse Chain. You got to buy Pulse because you need money for gas. And so all the liquidity in US dollars and Ethereum is tied to PLS itself. What's your fave pump and alt on Coinbase to keep their institutional platform happy? My pick was Fetch.io. Wow, you just answered. Fetch, yeah, that's like the AI coin, right? I don't buy any coins on centralized exchanges. I don't use centralized exchanges. I don't really even trust anything that they list, because a lot of the stuff that centralized exchanges list has basically a bunch of VC funding, a bunch of seed round funding. It's got vulture capitalists that just perma-dump on retail. And look at like ICP, right? And look at all these coins that got so much funding. When they list on big centralized exchanges right away, that's no longer bullish like it used to be, right? That usually nowadays means that there's insiders that literally got the token allocations beforehand and have millions of dollars worth of coins to just perma-dump. So I don't think I hold anything. I do not hold a single coin that's on a centralized exchange. I only use it to get in and out from my bank account to my on-chain DeFi world. I don't use CEXs at all for trading or anything. Nobody talk about Pulse. Okay. Let's see. Are you new to the channel, James? This is kind of all I talk about, bro. Hey, Crypto Stylist. Hello. Good to see you, Crypto Stylist. Itty Bitcoin says, or put in the stables and earn 12% from the moment on Pulse X. Yeah. What do you mean? The stablecoin pairs are paying like 70% or 50 or 60% now. It's 12% for Pulse X tied with Pulse. And it's 30% for Hex Pulse. And it's like 50% for stables tied with Pulse. DGen Hexagon says 90% core, 10% lotto. That's a great motto. Shout out to your friend Sami for popularizing 10% lotto, 90% core. Because I think it is important to realize that like there are temporarily opportunities that arise. But again, when it comes to shiny object syndrome, like, and it gets easier the bigger your bags are. It gets easier to allocate very small and take very small bets, side bets. But even still to this day, like me personally, I pass on almost every new coin that comes my way. I mean, I see a new coin, multiple new coins, literally every single day. People always trying to sell me on their stuff, and it's like, I've only got so much mental bandwidth, first of all, and I've seen so much come and go. And I can kind of tell based on like the people, based on like what they're willing to do, what they're like, how they're willing to market. Are they willing to get behind a camera and talk about their coins? Are they willing to do the work, or are they just making a 2-week pump and dump shitcoin? So seriously, yeah, you gotta be okay with passing on a lot of new coins in crypto. Michelle says, howdy Hexicans. How you doing, Michelle? Red Squirrel, Dragon Lady in the house. Oh, we got the Dragon guys, huh? I think that's like a Titan X thing. I dumped all my Titan X. The Titan community is gonna hang me from the cross. Yeah, I sold it all at like 7.6. The local top might be in for Titan X. Don't know. Kind of don't really care either. I'm just back to core. The Titan that I did have was just kind of like a test. It was kind of just to see how it worked. So my original miners came out 280 days later. Got lucky that Titan X has been pumping, and I think it's going to cool off for now, for the foreseeable future. Could be wrong. Crypto Kings says, pump INC raises APR in terms of farms, incentivizes more LP to be added, healthier overall ecosystem. That's right, Crypto Kings. Crypto Kings knows what's up. If you pump INC, you actually, I believe that it will have a second order effect of being increasing demand for the core blue chips, Hex, Pulse X, and Pulse Chain. Why? Because people can buy those coins if they want to mint INC for free. Well, it's not free. I mean, it costs you impermanent loss risk, but it might inspire more people LPing and a healthier overall ecosystem. Yeah, I agree. My gamble is PDI, then pivot to more INC. Interesting, Artie. Interesting. Win stream with Big Pep. I'd like to stream with Big Pep. I've always liked him. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. He's more maxi than me, but I respect it, He doesn't deal with a lot of bullshit out there. So he'd probably tell me I'm shitcoining, you know what I mean? I've always liked him though. Ultra Hyper Mega, good evening. Spike, what's up, peeps? Crypto Kings, he's talking about Stable Swap. Who's talking about Stable Swap? Right. Only diehard Hexicans are still in the community. That's right. Guys, I'm actually 100% staked, believe it or not. It's just that I always have some stakes coming out now in the near future. It's good to have some liquid as well, but if you want to be 100% staked, at least make sure that like you've got some very short term. You know, like make sure you have one stake for like the next month. But when you really think about it, if you're gonna hold the Hex anyway right now, and let's say you stake 80%, hold 20 liquid. With that 20 liquid, why wouldn't you just stake it for like 30 days? Like if you know you're gonna hold it for 30 days, and that's your liquid bag, like at least just stake it so that you're not getting diluted by inflation. I know people say, oh, don't be 100% staked. But I'm 100% staked because I have very short stakes and then I have very long stakes too. I think my average is like 7 years. And I am 100% staked because I don't want to get diluted. But just make sure that you're not going full. I think the more important thing with Hex staking is like make sure you're not going just completely only 5 or only 10-year stakes. Like have some short term, have some long term. Keep it liquid if that helps you sleep at night. Keep some liquid if you want to, but for me, it's like, why bother having any liquid at all if I can just make, if I was going to have 20% liquid, I'm just going to make like a 30-day stake with it because I know for a fact that I can go at least 30 days without selling. You know what I mean? So just my mentality, guys. All I can talk about is my particular path. Richard Hart is the Elon Musk of crypto. Yes, Elon Musk is another good metaphor. When's the last time you shaved, Coffee? I think it was about 3 weeks ago. What do you guys think of the beard? Should I shave it? Maybe I'll shave it when... What if I didn't? What if I said I'm not shaving till Hex hits a new all-time high? My beard would be down to the fucking floor. The earn 12% on stables comment was referring to the new... Oh, thank you, Stoic. Yes, thank you, Stoic. Hey, whales out there. Rich guys, millionaires. If you have a big stack of stablecoins, you can now earn 12%. Just a week ago, it was 9%. Now it's 12% on your stablecoins just by providing them in the Stable 3 LP on PulseX. Go to app.pulsex.com, click the stable button in the right. Let me show you guys something here. This is pulsecoinlist.com. Let's go to app.pulsex.com. Make sure you go to the right website. Don't fall for a phishing website. Click IPFS link. All right. And if whales, if you want to, go look where my mouse is right here on the trade tab. Go to the liquidity tab. Go to stable right here and connect your wallet and add stablecoin liquidity. And that's all you have to do. It doesn't matter if you have DAI, USDC, USDT, or some combination of all three. You can put those stablecoins to work. And as soon as they're in this LP, they start earning transaction fees. You can go over to the info tab right now and see currently, if we go to the stablecoin pool analytics, stablecoin, oh, well, it's 10% right now. I've seen it as high as 12%, but it's also, I guess it's hovering back around 10% now. That's still very good. I mean, if you got $1 million of stablecoins, that's $100K a year in APR just from transaction fees. Just from transaction fees. That's pretty crazy. My favorite Sami quote is "Drunken sailor buys PulseX again." Yeah, that's a great one. Let's see how much PulseX has been bought and burned off the open market. Totals, oh, we're coming up on 1 trillion. We're coming up on 1 trillion PulseX burned. 982 billion. If we exclude the OA, that's 4.87% of the circulating supply. Will never, ever, ever exist in PulseX ever again. Because the buy and burn function, all the volume that goes through PulseX, 0.22% of that, I believe, goes to a buy and burn function, meaning the transaction fees are taken to buy up the price of PulseX and then burn the PulseX supply out of existence. The two best possible things you can do for the price. And wow, that's pretty fast. I mean, can you imagine when the volume actually picks up? I mean, we're at low volume right now. Look at the daily volume. Where's the liquidity PulseX stats? Daily volume right now is down to like $8 million. It used to be 30 million daily. Imagine when we start regularly doing $100 million volume days. I mean, in the bull market, that's very, very possible. You could have like 15% of the total PLSX supply burned by the end of 2025. That's not a small number. I'm talking about circulating supply too, by the way. Let's see. What's your strategy with INC farming? Did I restake or swap out for other core coins? I've my INC farm, my preferred INC farm is locking it with PLSX. I've sold some INC, but I've also locked up a very large amount with INC PLSX. I'm bullish on that pair because when you look at the ratio, let me show you guys something. If we're trying to decide between INC Pulse or INC PLSX, let's take a look at the ratios. Here's the INC Pulse ratio. Okay, let's go to the daily chart. I mean, it's very stable. It's very mean reverting right around 47,000. That's good. But now let's check out INC PLSX. This one's got almost as much liquidity. No, more liquidity actually. It's got more liquidity than INC Pulse. And if we go to the ratio, oh shit. Maybe this one's been doing worse. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, this one's kind of been bleeding out because I guess PLSX has been showing strength relative to INC. It looks like Pulse INC is currently flatlining. And what you want to see is you know, for a yield farmer, the ideal ratio would be straight sideways because then you're not really having any impermanent loss. So anyone that entered this yield farm has been generally trending sideways ever since March. 6 months of relatively low impermanent loss. INC actually has a little bit more impermanent loss, so I was wrong about that. But either one of these, you know, I don't know. I guess it's more of a gut feeling. I'm gonna stay in INC PLSX because who knows? PLSX can move more. I mean, PLSX can dump more relative to INC. They're both the volatile tokens compared to Pulse. I think both of these are more volatile. We'll see, guys. I mean, it's not the end of the world either way. Whichever one you choose, if you want to do these, it's not such a bad idea. It's not such a bad way to hold INC, in my humble opinion. Lynette Zhang thinks the dollar is going to zero at some point in 2025. I agree. Zero is a very bold claim. I don't think it's going to go to zero, but if it can go down 99% and then it can go down another 99%, it'll probably never go to zero. I mean, that'd be real bad. That'd be like societal collapse. So I hope it doesn't go to 0. But yeah. Coffee no shave till PDI hits $1. Yeah. I want to shave at some point in my lifetime. Jeez, guys. Hexican's keeping this community together. Hit the like button, people. That's right. That's right. What's up, good people of Hexico? You lovely, lovely people of Hexico. Congrats on still being here. It's not easy. It's not easy to buy the dip. It's not easy to believe in something when everyone's naysaying. Everyone's talking shit. Even people in the community. They've cheated. They've exited, and now they're talking shit. They loved to buy Hex at 17 cents, 20 cents, but now they don't believe anymore. So it takes conviction. And when you understand what you hold, when you have education, you have a lot more conviction because you understand, like I said earlier, they can't take this stuff away from you. They can't shut down Hex. Right? It's on Ethereum and Pulse Chain. They can't shut it down. You lock it in. You don't have to lock any at all, but you stake for the terms that you set. Real decentralized finance. So that hasn't changed. The code hasn't changed. The product hasn't changed. Just the market sentiment is the only thing that changed. People got scared. I mean, what goes up must come down, right? We had a very euphoric rise in 2021, which I guess equates to a very depressing dump in 2023, 2024. Now we're basically starting over. Half a penny Hex. Hex still is up multiple, maybe 100x from the lows, but it's down 100x from the highs. If you look at it that way, if you frame it that way, it's like right in the middle. But yes, it is down. I mean, I know how percentages work, so I don't want to falsely frame anything. But you got to realize it's still up off the highs. 100x to go till new all-time highs. Very, very possible. People don't realize One God candle, one whale comes in with $1 million buy, spurs a whole bunch of FOMO buying. People love to buy the tops. Don't forget that either, guys. People like buying the tops. They like confirmation bias. They don't like buying now because it's perceived as risky. But, I mean, when it comes to asymmetric bets, the pulse chain ecosystem, it's where you want to be. All the attention is here, and we haven't seen any of the price action yet, and it's brand new. And there's only probably realistically like 40,000 total users on the pulse chain ecosystem. ZZ Top, how about you shave when PLS gets a new all-time high? Damn, dude. I'm getting the tattoo when Hex hits $1, guys. I'm getting the tattoo. That should be enough. I might have to shave, guys. I might have to shave. It gets itchy. It gets itchy. You get food in your beard. It's kind of gross. Let's see. Anyone who sells will not regret it forever. Anyone who sells now will regret it forever. I agree. I agree. Coffee, I know you know the insidership brothers say that you can't say. Dude, I don't know what to tell you that I know that other people don't know. I know that Richard's lawyers have talked to people expressing how confident they are in winning the SEC case. Is that insider info? They've publicly talked to people saying, yeah, we're super confident. It's Quinn Emanuel, guys. Look up Quinn Emanuel Law Firm. All right. Last week when I checked my ratio on PulseX Inc. and PulseX Inc. PLS Inc. had lost Inc. even including my reward, but was fine on PLS Inc. That makes sense because, yeah, like I just showed you, the Pulse Inc. ratio has been holding up better. But it constantly changes. That's very true, Autumn. And if you don't know how liquidity providing works, if you want to understand it and you want to feel what impermanent loss is like, I've got plenty of old tutorial videos. Go watch, go look up, liquidity providing or LP. Search my old videos. I've got like 3 or 4 videos about it. But there's no better way to learn than just doing. So just take $10, put it in an LP position, $5 of Pulse, $5 of Ink or something. Then you can see what it's like when all of a sudden the ratios fluctuate. That's the reason that you earn INC in the first place. It's to compensate you for the risk of impermanent loss. Isn't PLS down 64% and PLSX down 82%? Yes, it is. It's been 3 years. Well, actually, it's been 1.5 years since Pulse Chain has existed. It's only been 1.5 years. And if you don't believe, no one's forcing you to be here. Some people see this dip as a dip buying opportunity, whereas some people say it's a dead ghost chain. And if you believe that, you just walk right out the door, bro. How can you not count the sacrifice? That's ridiculous because the product didn't exist, bro. Also, I'm very patient. You know what I mean? Technically, P-Hex is brand new. It will pump harder than E-Hex did in 2021. P-Hex technically is brand new. I do like that narrative. Fresh chart. Fresh chart, guys. Fresh chart. I went all in on an average of 3-cent Hex, got my P copies, and I managed to buy the dips of PLS and PulseX. Painstakingly watched year's salary dwindle, but I still have hope. Yeah, I mean, it is painful to watch the dips, guys. All I can tell you from being in crypto for 9 years is that I've been through it before. I've lost 99% of my net worth on paper twice now. And it gets easier. Because even just by surviving, staying in the game, 5 years from now, I think a lot of people are going to be a lot happier. You got to, ask yourself this, right? Where else are you going to escape the rat race? What other asset class even has the potential to outpace inflation? The potential for 100x returns, 1000x returns. It's not possible in the stock market. Maybe the occasional meme coin trader, but don't forget that there's thousands of losers for every couple of winners. And just hang in there, guys. Just hang in there. That's all I can say, right? All I can say is 2017 Bitcoin bubble. I like to tell people this. I sold my entire 401k and I bought the Bitcoin top at $17,000. And I don't regret it at all. Because I don't even know if my 401k is going to be around by the time I'm retirement age. I can't even trust that the government's going to honor that 401k. Now, that's crazy, right? That goes against conventional wisdom, so don't just copy everything I do. But bought the Bitcoin top, wrote it down from $17K to $3,000. Bought more at 6K, bought more at 3K, Got into Hex early, got into Ethereum near the lows as well. And, by the second cycle, you just know crypto's not going anywhere. And you know that if you just pick coins that survive, there's a higher probability of those coins going up. And if you want to be more conservative too, you can also buy some Ethereum because you know that's probably not going anywhere. The ETF just launched about 50 days ago. Haven't seen a bunch of significant inflows pumping it yet, but it's probably going to pump. $10,000 Ethereum, it seems likely to me. But that can be your conservative bet. But you've also got to take asymmetric bets as well. Otherwise, it's like, why are we even here? I'm here to make money, right? Let's not forget that I'm actually here to make money. Yes, Pulse Chain is the freedom of speech blockchain. I love the freedom part of it too. But we're also here to make money. And I just want to teach as much people as I can about all this crypto stuff because we can all ride this up together. We can all make money and get rich together. I don't have to be doing any of this, but it offers so much potential, so much possibility for so many people that it's like, this seems like the most important thing to be talking about right now. Next cycle comes around, who knows? Maybe I'll be on to some other stuff, but at least for this cycle, I gotta see it through. I gotta see it through for me and for everyone following me, all the believers that actually believe that this has 100x potential. So let's get rich together, boys and girls. Faithfully holding, stake it till you make it. T-shares make the money. Yes, Enoch, yes. Exactly, I'm a woodworker, so needed something like an RH ticker. Dude, yeah, people are working harder than ever to get paid less and less money while everything costs an arm and a leg. I went to McDonald's today. There's no dollar menu anymore. There's no dollar menu, guys. A cheeseburger is like $4. It's outrageous. Oh, and they're getting smaller too. So not only has the price quadrupled in the last 5 years, but the volume of the cheeseburger is lower. So think about the inflation in that term as well. Inflation's a lot higher than they say it is. I think the real inflation every year is probably like 25%. Go to truflation.com, truflation.com. You can see the real inflation rate. It's not 2%, boys and girls. It's an average between all categories. Maybe it's 2%. But then who decides what the weighting is for the averages? Who decides that this category gets 40% weight, this category gets 20% weight? They're going to fudge the numbers to make it look good, to give them an excuse to lower the federal funds rate and print more money. Crypto is, it's the only potential to really get financially free. Stocks are great, if you want to just keep up with inflation. You need to buy assets in general, so you can just buy like Vanguard ETFs if you want. But those might go up 8-10% in a year, and then you're barely staying afloat. Crypto is the thing that can outperform every other asset class. Crypto King says, bought 18-cent Hex with my 401k. It'd be like that sometimes, lol. Crypto Kings, you are just as wild as me, dude. You're just as insane. Are we insane or are we geniuses, boys and girls? Time will tell. Time will tell. Wake me up when PulseX is a penny. That's right. Win Lambo. I want my Lambo and I want it now. Shrinkflation. That's right. That's a good way to put it. I haven't heard that term, shrinkflation. Timothy Silva says there's so much to gain just from PLS itself. That's right. Are you a whale, Coffee? I am not a whale. I'm a large holder. I'm larger probably than most people out there, but definitely not a whale. I'll say I am not a whale. But hey, maybe after this cycle, after everyone gets shaken out, maybe I will be. Yeah, inflation is at or around 8% on 1990 standards. They keep manipulating where the data is pulled from. Yeah, I think so, Autumn. I think so. Because where it hits the hardest is housing, food, and probably oil. And that seems to be going up. Seems to be going up. Just like everything's so fucking expensive these days, man. It's like I'm actually like going out and like starting to feel it more. Like, turn on the money printer, boys. I can't wait for it to come in. That's right, everybody. That's right. Well, guys, what else do you want to hear? I told you what I hold. Chaos, potential civil war around the corner. No matter who wins, guys, I just want to say, like, obviously Trump is the pro-crypto candidate. It's the obvious choice for what I believe to be the most important issue in the world. That's just me, no candidate is perfect. We shouldn't be worshiping any candidate. We shouldn't be playing identity politics. Everybody has a lot more in common than we have apart. But they want to keep us pitted against each other, so we're not focused on the real issues. If you fix the money, you fix the world. But they don't want you to look at that. They want you to yell at each other about abortion all day. So don't fall for the identity politics. Don't fall for the psyops, the globalists, propaganda. They're trying. The soy boy propaganda, guys, they want to like actually, I never thought I would sound this crazy, but they want to actually like feminize men and make us easier to control and discourage people from having babies. So they're saying overpopulation. First world countries have an underpopulation problem. We're not replacing people at a fast enough rate for the population Ponzi. But yeah, there's probably turmoil ahead. But no matter what happens, even if Kamala wins, crypto's still going to pump anyway. It's not going to change the fact that Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen at the Federal Reserve are eventually going to inflate the money supply. Like they already are. They're inflating the liquidity with bond buybacks. They're increasing the liquidity. I don't know if they've actually printed money in a while, but they're making banks more liquid with their existing money supply by buying back bonds. So, yeah, don't fall for the psyops, guys. Don't argue with each other. That's what they want. Buy crypto, and if we all buy the right stuff, hey, we all get to get rich. And we get to get free in the process. It'll be glorious. What happened with PLUSD? I talked about that earlier, bro. It rugged, but lesson learned there is don't buy into every single narrative that you see, which is, again, that's why I'm cautious with PDI, too. That's why there's less than 1% of my portfolio in PDI. If it works out, great, but those are lottery ticket bets for me. Because if we can't answer all the questions on exactly how this is going to play out, and again, with PLUSD, it's just the oracle's broken, and there's no way to like vote to take it over. And you can just mint infinite amounts of it and just keep dumping it because the supply of PLS is 1 million times higher, 1.2 million times higher than the supply of Ethereum. So there's all that. The technicals don't matter. What matters is if somebody can't clearly lay out the narrative and why you should buy something, and you're just hoping and praying that, oh, maybe PLUSD will hit $1 because some guy on Twitter said so, that's not enough reason to ape into something. All right, so if you don't understand the technicals, don't be afraid to ask like the hard questions. And if people don't have good answers for the hard questions, then they probably just want you to buy their bag because they're the ones that figured out how to do the infinite minting glitch. What have I found most challenging about streaming during the bear market? Well, it's really just, it's not like losing money gets any easier, you know? Faith in crypto never been stronger. Belief in crypto never been stronger. I see the need for it emerging, right? With all the political psyops, all the ideological warfare out there, the need for censorship-resistant money is becoming more and more evident. The need for freedom of speech has never been more clear. But it's challenging, I guess, to watch your bag drop so much, and then I guess really just seeing other people quit when I wish they didn't quit, you know? Seeing other people give up. Whenever I'm having a bad time in the bear market, I'm usually on social media too much. So doom scrolling Twitter too much has probably been the toughest. Luckily, I've got that under control currently. Currently, I do. You know, I think it helps just to focus more on your own personal message. And the more you can create rather than consume, you know, if all you're doing is consuming other people's doomerism and fear porn all day, you're going to wake up out of your doom scrolling 2 hours later and wonder why you're in a bad mood. You're going to wonder why you're pissed off and pessimistic and depressed. It's because you're just absorbing negativity online. So, what do they say? Your vibe attracts your tribe, bro. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Trying to just associate with like-minded people and tune out the noise and focus on the signal and creating the signal as well has been how I overcame, I guess, the challenge of, the only challenge is fucking social media for me. I mean, as far as I can think about, that's pretty much it. Social media addiction. Neither candidate can save fiat currency from its doom. Well said, Chris, well said. Neither candidate was going to totally save you, but one candidate might make a better playing field, a more fair playing field for America. And I think you know what I think about that. It's okay if you disagree, but don't shoot the messenger here. What are you looking forward to streaming about? onboarding, fellow streamers, conferences, maybe a music video at the top. Hey, now I know. Next time I'm in a music video, or if I see a music video at the top, it's time to take profit, boys. Time to take profit. Yeah, in the future, I'm just looking forward to the euphoria, man. The good vibes, the good feelings. Everybody loves when the price goes up. Everyone becomes friends again. Everyone's getting rich. I mean, it's a great time. And it's not far off in my humble opinion. So just onboarding interesting people, seeing where this goes. Seeing if we can get any big name, famous people on board. Fellow streamers, conferences, all that stuff. It's fun. It's a good time. My Twitter has scenery, doxies, quotes, and workout posts. Positivity. What does doxies mean, Sandy Beach? It sounds good, I just don't know what doxies means. Coffee price predictions, please. 1 penny pulse, 1 penny pulse X, $1 hex. I'd be happy with $80 INC. Wasn't that the all-time high? Let's just get INC back to $80. And I'll be conservative with that one. Remember, I'm pulling those out of my ass. So when somebody inevitably clips this years later and takes it out of context, you guys should know that. Richard Hart, the Trump, LOL RH is more like Biden, MIA. He's not MIA at all, bro. He tweets like every other day. You think he's just AI, bro? No, that's the funniest like FUD. Just AI. Richard's not actually there. It's just AI. He's not going anywhere, guys. The reason he can't talk is because of legal reasons. So it is what it is. Waits till we get a dismissal, and then he'll be back with a vengeance. Probably. Any preliminary thoughts on Trump's World Finance Project? Well, yeah. I guess we can talk about World Finance Project. Look, the team running World Finance Project doesn't have the best track record. Like, one of the guys working with them founded a different crypto project that already got hacked. And I think it's not necessarily the best move for Trump's reputation because crypto's hard. We all know crypto's hard. When Trump creates a coin, it's not only is it going to be just crypto's hard to begin with, but it's Trump's coin, meaning for hackers, it's going to be like a wet dream. They're going to be trying every single way they can to hack Trump's crypto project. Honestly, it's probably going to pump because it's got the brand name of Trump on it. It's probably going to pump, but it's probably going to be very susceptible to hacks. And if they don't do it right, and I don't know if I fully trust that a team of like politicians, and I don't know exactly who's on the team, but they haven't really built any rapport with me that would lead me to trust that they're going to make a very sound, decentralized, no admin key, audited, smart contract. So maybe it's worth a lottery ticket play, just because you know it's going to pump. But there's also a high probability that it gets hacked, and I think they're exposing themselves to more risk than it's worth. Because, I mean, if that gets hacked, that's just bad press for Trump. I mean, I guess all press is good press, but you don't want people to lose money. I mean, when it comes out, I'll probably do a lottery ticket, but I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket. Hey, CC, I have $1 billion pulse, and that's it. Cool, man. I have money in Illuvium, but the game seems to be a flop. I'm thinking about taking that investment and buying PLSX with it. What do you think? I don't know enough about Illuvium to say, but dollar cost crypto is very bullish on Illuvium still. I would maybe try to see that one out. I mean, if you're at Illuvium and you're at a loss, maybe just wait till things start pumping again. But if you're going to be buying PLSX with it, look, I don't own any Illuvium, so of course I'm going to tell you buy PLSX, but like, that's what I would do. But make sure you get all the info about Illuvium, right? Like, maybe the game is a flop, but maybe we just haven't hit that euphoria stage in the cycle yet, right? When the prices of things go up, people start to care a lot more about gaming or whatever narrative it is. Like, it's all going to pump. It's all going to pump. I just think everything's down right now, dude. So it's like, does PLSX have more potential? Yeah. Is it near its all-time low? Yes. I mean, if you're already like break even or in profit with Illuvium, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. But you might, I don't know. You've already got $1 billion. You've got, 8 million pulse. I thought you said $1 billion. I don't know how I read $1 billion there. I don't know. Maybe get some more pulse. 8 million's good, but I'd want more than that. Richard's brother. What's up, Richard's brother? $69 hex on the horizon. What's up, Rob? Richard's only brother, by the way. Franklin, shout out to that coffee man. What up, Franklin? Shout out to you. I'll be back soon. We'll hang out on the beach. Sandy Beach says, Franklin, good to see you. Let's see. Oh, and my lovely camera just died again, guys. My lovely camera died yet again. Terrible battery, that camera. Awful battery. It didn't look good when they announced partnership with Aave, and then the Aave founder was dumping it within 48 hours. Are we talking about the Trump coin? Yeah, maybe. Coffee, is there a distinction between eHex and pHex? Is pHex the chosen one, or is eHex still relevant? The answer is yes to both. pHex is the chosen one, currently right now. And if you're going to bet on eHex, you might want to treat it more like a meme coin, because it can snap up, as we saw in the past couple of days. I mean, people that were buying eHex, I mean, it doubled in like a couple of days. So congrats to any eHex bottom buyers. But if you're trying to actually stake Hex, I'd say start with pHex. And if you want to just play like meme coin games, like go ahead and try out eHex second. But my current mentality is pHex first. eHex is a little bit of an afterthought when it comes to buying new Hex. I've still got all my old eHex stakes, by the way. Don't emergency end stake. I mean, I'm not emergency end staking. You can do whatever you want. But, you know, eventually Ethereum fees will go back down too. They're already pretty low right now, so no need to EES anything for me. But again, pHex currently is the chosen one. It would be hilarious if we actually do get to parity. Mind-blowing. But I'd say the probability of pHex continuing to outperform is higher than eHex pHex parity. But it's still on the table, guys. I mean, just because it's not likely doesn't mean that there's zero probability. What do you think the yield percent will be in the stable swap when there's hundreds of millions / billions in there? I plan to move into it at the end of this cycle. Not a bad idea. 3% a year, roughly. That could be the case, man. Could be the case. It depends how much percentage of the pool you own, I guess. Even 3 to 4% on stable coins, that is a good idea for exiting, right? If you want to exit into stables but still stay on chain and earn yield, probably not the worst idea in the world. Good call, ultra bullish. And yeah, 3%, yeah, it sounds like it's not going to be 10% forever, you know. Wild SJ, great to see you. It was great talking to you yesterday, or 2 days ago. Always a pleasure. Wild SJ is an absolute gem. Absolute asset to the community. What are my thoughts on BankX? Dude, I haven't been following BankX. What are my thoughts on BankX? I mean, can they just dump already and go away? Oh, good old BankX. I have $1,000 USDC on MetaMask and I'm getting an error to buy Pulse. Are you sure you bridged over to Pulse Chain ecosystem? You might not have any. Make sure you bridge that to the Pulse Chain ecosystem, Jose. Go to bridge.pulsechain.com. I'll show you what that looks like, right? Otherwise, maybe you don't have any gas money. But if you bridge for the first time, it should give you 1,000 free Pulse if you're using a fresh wallet. So make sure you're on the bridge. Make sure you bridge that stable coin, right? That USDC. You bridge that over to the Pulse Chain universe. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what the problem is. Hi, friends. Thanks for all you do, Senor Cafe. Si, de nada. De nada. If less stakers on Ethereum because new people only staking on Pulse Chain, eHex should have higher APR to potentially make up for the deficit. Crypto Kings, once again, you are correct. Crypto Kings knows what he's talking about. Am I buying Solana? I'm not buying Solana. Solana's still going to do well, probably. It might have another 10x left in the tank, but we got to realize that it's not contrarian at all. Every single mainstream influencer and their mother is talking about Solana. It is not contrarian. There's a lot less upside potential because everyone's already in. I mean, everyone. It's just like, it's not, when it's not the controversial coin to talk about, I think a lot of opportunity is gone. I mean, yes, I think Solana is still going to pump. You can actually earn money on your Solana over on fux.io. You bridge your SOL over to Pulse Chain, you can actually earn some yield on it. But I'm not buying it personally. That said, it's going to keep pumping. Meme coin mania will always kind of be there to some degree, right? But the VCs need exits, and they need to exit that chain because, a lot of the guys that got in when Sam Bankman-Fried got in, they need exit liquidity, and that's exactly what a lot of these meme coins are, right? They make a meme coin, they put some starting liquidity in, everybody else apes in and adds their Solana liquidity to the meme coin, and then the mastermind pulls the liquidity out slowly or sells the coin or both. And that's the way that you can basically exit without without selling giant chunks and pushing the price down. Solana's just too mainstream for it to be attractive enough for me to say it has enough upside potential. Am I buying Root? I have no idea what Root is. Any tips on staking Hex? Make a staking ladder, 5 to 10 years at least. Make some YOLO stakes at the end. You can stake smaller amounts for those longer stakes because ideally the price would be higher. Keep some stakes short term. Keep some liquid if you want, but definitely keep some near term just so you've always got something expiring every month or every couple of months or so. There's no right or wrong way to do a staking ladder, but do it however fits your lifestyle, Make some stakes for your birthday, make some stakes for your kid's birthday. I don't know, make some stakes for Christmas if you want. I do that sometimes. I think it's kind of fun. My staking ladder is not very orderly. It doesn't have to be orderly. Just kind of you can try to also time the stakes when you think the next bull market's going to be. So you could have some stakes expiring late 2025, maybe early 2026, if you want to try to time this current bull market. But then maybe in 27, 28, maybe you take a break because maybe that's the next bear market, right? If you think about cycles, cycles are still going to happen, right? But you can try to time the market a bit, and the staking ladder makes it so that you don't have to be right. You don't have to be absolutely right because the goal is just to always have something kind of expiring, at least a couple every year. Honda says, love the title, Orange Man Good, Pulp Chain. We got a Tangang dude in the house. Thank you for the tip, brother. Appreciate that, man. OMG is the Trump coin, the premier Trump meme coin on Pulse Chain. Look, every chain's got to have a Trump meme coin, right? Every chain's got to have one. On Pulse Chain, it's OMG, Orange Man Good. I am biased to OMG because I made money with it, but I do not currently own any. Is it a good buy? I don't know. You guys got to make your own call on that one, but Trump is a very memeable person. Let's not forget that there's no rhyme or reason, but when election season comes around, I don't know, Trump memes are probably going to start pumping. If I had to guess, Trump memes are probably going to start pumping just because people are just silly like that. They don't care that the meme coin, they don't care that it has nothing to do with Trump. but people are going to buy Trump meme coins, and so every chain should have at least one. And again, it's OMG on Pulse Chain. Dollar cost crypto is bullish on Root. L1 Gaming, XRP is the gas token. Oh, it's built on XRP? Shit, man. If it's built on XRP, I don't know, dude. I'm not going to say I'm too confident in that. But you're asking a guy that this is literally my first time hearing about Root, so don't really take my word for that. Haha, Richard Hart, Giphy after super chatting is awesome. Yeah. Thanks again for the tip, Honda. Appreciate it. Trashy Sea Ripple Company, XR Poop. Did you ever do a stream about bridging out back into ETH? If not, can you? Yeah, I mean, I do a stream about buying, but you just go out the way you came in. I mean, I can make a video about how to sell Pulse Chain, but I mean, now is not the time to be selling, in my opinion, anyway. Maybe I'll make that video after we pump 10x, after we pump 100x. Maybe then I'll start to make those videos, but you should just know, I mean, if you're bridging in one way, you sell the coin for stables and you bridge those stables out on the very same bridge. You just flip-flop the networks, and then you go, instead of going SEX to bridge to DEX, you go DEX to bridge back to SEX. CEX, guys. Not like SEX, like centralized exchange. Trashy Cripple Company. 0x Steph is part of Hex. He built a project a lot of the Hex community is getting into. Yes, I do have my eye on that Blue Diesel. I've got my eye on the Steph coin, whatever that's going to be, or the social platform. It's nice, you know. He didn't do a sacrifice phase. I know we're all burnt out of sacrifice phases. So I know Steph is a smart guy. He's built a lot of rapport with me in the past. He literally built Staker app, but Staker app wasn't profitable, so they had to shut it down. But he's a Google engineer. He's a longtime developer, smart guy, makes good crypto predictions. Whatever he's building, I'm not going to fully endorse it right now because I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to be checking it out. It's called ulti.org, ulti.org. If it is really cool, you know, people don't know this, but Steph is the guy that popularized the leagues concept. Shrimp, squid, whale, dolphin, Poseidon. He invented that. And nowadays, I literally see every other chain is using that too. Like Solana's using it, Base is using it. Everyone's using the league system. Hex invented that, and Steph invented that. How cool is that? That's such a sticky idea, the idea of leagues, because it allows people to give something to strive for. You know, like, oh, I'm a squid, but maybe I can get to a dolphin, or I'm a turtle, but it's only cost me $5,000 more to get to a squid. I think that's very powerful, very sticky, and again, Steph is a smart guy, so I'm gonna be watching whatever he's doing. Coffee, when I want to take some profit, do I have to bridge, or can I swap Pulse stable to any ETH stable? There's not a whole lot of liquidity for Pulse stables to ETH stables, but you can do that. But you'd probably just want to bridge, especially if you're trying to cash out, like, let's say you've got $1 million of profit. You're probably going to want to use the bridge. We are innovators. Yes, we are. Pulse Chain has not crossed the chasm yet. So you've got innovators, you've got early adopters, and then you've got the chasm. The chasm is like the watershed moment for adoption. Bitcoin has already crossed the chasm. All right, Bitcoin right now we're in the early majority. Pretty soon we'll be in the late majority. And everyone's 401k, every mom and pop and grandma is going to have at least a little bit of Bitcoin. Hey, Red Scalp, thank you for the subscription, bro. Thank you, Red Scalp. That really helps. I really appreciate anyone that subscribes. It all helps the channel. Seriously, any Patreons, everybody just doing their part to support the channel. Really appreciate all you guys. And thank you, Red Scalp. What was I saying? Damn, short-term memory loss. Make a video on selling and bridging back. Not selling now, but want to be ready. Okay. Look, I've gotten that question like 3 times, so I will. That's good feedback. I will make a video about selling. I will make a video how to sell Pulse Chain when the time is right. I guess I'll just make it now because it seems like everybody's so focused on selling. But no, yeah. If the people want it, the people will get it. Blessed community, bullish on strong meme communities, liquidity pairing with each other and WPLS. Good morning, Money Gang Crypto is here. Guys, go like and subscribe to Money Gang Crypto. That's a guy that he's doing the content creation game right. You know, he's got the shorts, he's got the clickbait titles, the good thumbnails. Go follow Money Gang Crypto. Sell it all now. Money Gang Crypto told you to sell. So, all right, guys, when you lock in those losses, make sure you go blame Money Gang. I'd include info on Spritz in the selling video. Yeah, Spritz actually removed Pulse Chain. They listed it, and then they like delisted it. So I don't know what's going on with Spritz, but that will be a good way to off-ramp. I mean, it's a good way to off-ramp from Ethereum, yeah. There's multiple different ways to off-ramp, but the simplest one is going out the way you came in on the bridge. So, video coming soon. The people have spoken. All right. What up, VYE Web? He says, I'm new here. What's going on, Vive Web? Welcome. Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the shit show. welcome to Wreckedville. The opportunity of a lifetime. You're actually here at a good time, believe it or not. Because it can't get much worse. The prices can't go much lower, can they? Can they? Don't show me. Please don't prove it to me. When are we getting some kava? Very soon, Corey. We'll get some kava soon. CC, just want to make sure we aren't messing up when selling. That's... Yeah, no, I understand, bro. I'm going to make a video. Don't worry. I'm going to make a video. Yeah, because you don't want to do it the wrong way. I get it. I get it. All right. Welcome to the cult. Yeah, Franklin, welcome to the cult. Pump our bags, Richard. JK, Richard hates when people say that. Maybe we can just call him a Nigerian priest. Please, Nigerian priest. ETH getting destroyed versus Bitcoin. Yeah, I know, man. The Bitcoin maxis are doing their victory lap. But guys, Bitcoin has limitations. Like, Bitcoin kind of does suck. You can't build smart contracts on it. You can't do anything with it. It's wasteful. It's bad for the environment. The only thing it has going for it is it's got very high liquidity. It's got ETFs, and it's got brand name recognition. But you're not early to Bitcoin anymore. You're earlier to Ethereum. I really do believe Ethereum will pump. It's probably got a 3 or 4x in the tank right now. At least, right? $10,000 Ethereum. Very, very achievable. It could even hit 15. It could even hit 20. But, you know, I'll settle for 10 if I have to. 10K ETH, bros. Let's speak that into reality. Been in crypto 1 year, just learned about Pulse and Hex, trying to learn fast, trying to figure out why they are better. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, ViveWeb, they're just new. They're new. They're solid projects on the tech side, right? So they're actually decentralized. They have like raving lunatic community, of which I am a member, right? Tons of like tens of thousands of people in this community, all banging the drum, hundreds of YouTube channels, probably thousands of Twitter accounts talking about Pulse Chain and Hex. And it's got an amazing founder who's probably going to beat the SEC. So if you think all these things are good, right, because it's not only the tech that makes a coin go up. You have to have a good product, but you also have to have good marketing. So if you have a good product, but nobody knows about your product, it's not going to pump. So we've got solid products: Pulse Chain, Hex, PulseX. PulseX is a better Uniswap. Hex is a better Bitcoin. PLS is a better Ethereum. These are just iterations of concepts that already work, but Pulse Chain is cheaper and faster Ethereum. Hex is Bitcoin with a proof of work change that pays you yield trustlessly, and it monetizes time. PulseX is just Uniswap with a buy and burn function, not a centralized fee, but a buy and burn function, and it's deflationary. So those are basically the value props, but the community is just as important, if not more important, than the actual products themselves. You could have a total piece of dog shit, literally, but then if Elon Musk talks about it, it still pumps, right? Cough, cough, Dogecoin, right? So Dogecoin is like shitty tech, but just because the world's richest man tweeted about it, it pumped super hard in the last bull market. So when it comes to crypto, you want marketing and product. You want founder, community, and tech. So take that with a grain of salt, but it's not always just like the good tech coins that win. It's a good lesson to learn. $800 ETH? Nah, dude, we're not going back to $800. I just tried 0x Coast on-ramp with Revolut bank account. Works like a charm. No Coinbase or Bybit needed. Saved $30 in gas fees. There you go, Ultra Hyper Mega. See? GainPulseChain.com, link in description below. PulseChain has its very own centralized exchange, and you don't have to hold any money on the exchange. It mints coins directly into your wallet. GainPulseChain.com, if you use my link, you get 5,000 free weight tokens. Lowers your fees from like 1% to 0.75%. And if you connect your wallet, it's probably the best way to move large amounts of money directly on chain right now. It's just a new platform, so people are a little skeptical, but they've got a new banking partner. It's available in the USA. It's available worldwide. Just make an account, put in a couple $100 and see how you like it. You can also sell through Coast as well. When it's time to sell, you can sell through there as well. Or you could buy through MEXC. Just make sure you do not hold coins on a centralized exchange. Make sure you do not hold coins. Hey, humble brag. How to buy Pulse on pulsechain.com. You've got MEXC and Coast listed up here as centralized exchanges. These are alternate ways to buy. But again, centralized exchanges like MEXC, they go down a lot. Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they get hacked. So just be careful. If you're going to buy Pulse on MEXC, withdraw the coins as soon as humanly possible. Now with Coast, you actually don't really have to worry about that because when you buy Pulse on Coast, it goes straight into your wallet. They don't hold it on the exchange. Like Coast is way better than MEXC because like they don't actually ever hold your money. But these are just different options, right? Just different options. Shout out to the community though. Donations for the MEXC listing. We made it to the front page of pulsechain.com. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. We are an army of crackheads. Some of us. Some of us. Let's see. Go against the mainstream. That's right, Imbelta. When everyone loves Pulse Chain, when everyone loves Hex, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. MEXC is not allowed in the US. That is true, yes. It's more of an Asian. It's actually allowed worldwide, just not the USA. But good point, good point. Coast is available in the USA. I mean, I would favor Coast over MEXC, honestly. If you're going to go for a centralized exchange, Coast for sure. If you're in the USA and you just want to buy some ETH and bridge it over, maybe just get Coinbase. I like Coinbase. I like Kraken. But again, do not hold coins on centralized exchanges, guys. Seriously. Let's see. Honda's right. Honda's onboarding somebody in the chat. Well done, Honda. Yeah, guys. I'm going to probably get going because I've been here for an hour and a half with you lovely people. Hey, Internet Money Wallet's here. Go check out internetmoneywallet.io. Great Pulse Chain friendly, Pulse Chain first wallet. They don't hold your data, so pretty good. I like the wallet. Coast also has great customer service. Got a nice message from one of the other guys that dropped my initial incoming transfer fee. They are great on Twitter as well. I like them. Yeah, Coast is great. Coast dropped my fee as well because I was transferring a very small test amount. So they're very nice, you know. I really hope they get enough transaction volume to stay in business because it's a great product, great service. The only problem is during the bear market, you got low volume, so it's a lot of upfront cost. A lot of, I mean, like any good business, right? You might eat losses for a couple of years, but when the bull market picks up, hopefully they make enough money. Time to buy even more Pulse and PulseX. That's right, believe in the Lord. Believe in the Lord, great name. Yeah, Internet Money Wallet, best Pulse Chain wallet. Okay, guys, thank you for coming. My camera's dead, so you can't even see my face. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, share the video. It all helps Pulse Chain go viral. And if you are brand new to crypto, I've got a course that teaches you everything you need to know. It's on sale. It's basically holding your hand through the entire how to buy Pulse, how to buy PulseX, how to stake Hex, how to do yield farming, how to use all the bells and whistles like Hedron and all that stuff, and how to have the mindset and the confidence to do crypto the right way. So hexpassiveincome.com, link in description below. Again, if you're brand new to crypto, you can book a call with me, but you know it's worth a lot more than 30 minutes of my time is the course, because it's literally 25 hours of content of everything I've learned in crypto, of how I've actually gotten successful in crypto. It's 25 hours of my time rather than 30 minutes. So you can always refer back to that if you forget. For the newbies, guys, for the newbies. And Sandy Beach, nice testimonial there, says the course is awesome. Thank you, Sandy Beach. Much respect, much respect. All right, boys and girls. See you on the next one.